Why are corporations throwing billions of dollars at AI while their data security crumbles? What happens when the race for artificial intelligence becomes more important than protecting customer information? So here's what terrifies me as someone who's spent decades securing systems. I'm watching companies pump sensitive data into public AI platforms without any regard for the consequences. A new AWS study reveals that 45% of global IT leaders now prioritize generative AI spending over traditional security tools. And that's just the beginning of this disaster. The corporate greed driving this AI gold rush is creating security holes that hackers are already exploiting. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how this reckless pursuit of AI is putting your personal data at risk. So let's dive into this today. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer, and here at Startup Hack, we train software developers and build custom software solutions for companies. With a decade of executive leadership as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. All right, so today we're going to talk about something that's keeping me up at night, the dangerous shift happening in corporate priorities, where AI adoption is trumping basic security practices. This isn't just theory. I've got the data to prove it, and the applications are staggering. So AWS's global survey, let me go ahead and get that survey up here so I can show you some of this. So I've been accused by some of my listeners for making up numbers, but this is where I'm actually getting my data, right? So the AWS did a study on generative AI adoption index, right? And that's where a lot of these, so top priorities for 2025 IT budgets, 45% says generative AI, whereas only 30% says security, right? And then they go in and they break this down, and it goes into a lot more of the details of this right here. But I'm just going to kind of break this down here for you guys and give you guys the cliff notes here. So this is where I'm getting the information, is this study that AWS did here, right? AWS's global survey of 3,731 IT leaders found that 45% now prioritize generative AI over security tools at 30%. This is a complete reversal of rational thinking. Companies are literally choosing shiny new toys over protecting data that keeps them in business. When I have built companies before, security was always the foundation. You can't build anything lasting without it. This shift represents the biggest corporate risk I've seen in my career because it's happening everywhere simultaneously. People seem to have lost their mind over AI. Smart executives understand that security breaches cost companies an average of $4.4 million per incident, but AI fever is clouding this judgment. The organizations making this choice are setting themselves up for catastrophic failures that will make headlines in coming months. Now, Checkpoint Research discovered that 1 in every 80 generative AI prompts pose a high risk of sensitive data leakage. That's 1.25% on all interactions. Even worse, 7.5% of prompts contain potentially sensitive information. That's 1 in every 13 interactions, exposing confidential data. Now, corporations are feeding customer records, financial data, and trade secrets directly into public AI systems without understanding the consequences. They think this stuff is being kept private, but it's feeding into the machines, and it is possible to get it back out. These AI platforms store, analyze, and potentially share this information in ways that violate privacy laws and customer trust. So I've seen firsthand how data breaches destroy companies. The reputation damage alone can be fatal to a business. The speed at which this is happening means most organizations don't even realize how much sensitive data they've already exposed. Now, Meta deprioritized its fundamental AI research until in favor of Meta GenAI. They're abandoning safety research for product development. Google Sergey Brin urged AI employees to turbocharge efforts and stop building nanny products, essentially telling teams to ignore safety guardrails. OpenAI released a model after testers flagged this behavior and said it felt off. They knew it was problematic, but they shipped it anyways. The rush to market mentality means AI systems are being deployed without proper testing or security validation. When companies prioritize speed over safety, they're essentially conducting live experiments on their customers' data. The same companies that should be leading responsible AI development are instead racing to monetize without considering the consequences. When we saw DeepSeek first released, a lot of their databases were exposed. It's crazy to see how quickly security has gone out the window in the face of AI. Now, CISOs face growing challenges managing shadow AI, unsanctioned deployment of AI tools by employees. Workers are using AI tools to process sensitive company data without IT approval or security oversight. This creates massive governance gaps where confidential information gets processed by unknown third-party systems. Most organizations have no visibility into which AI tools their employees are using or what data is being shared. The decentralized nature of these tools makes it nearly impossible to audit or control data exposure. So companies are losing control over their own information security because they're not managing AI adoption properly. Now, if your company systems aren't connected to each other and they're not secure, reach out to us, because here at Startup Pack, our specialty is helping companies get their systems connected so they can work like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuppack.com/Spencer and we can help you out. Now, cyber criminals are leveraging AI to optimize their attacks and scale their operations, and they're using the same tools against us. AI-generated deepfakes are increasingly becoming used for social engineering and identity fraud. Trust is becoming impossible to verify. Attackers can now create personalized phishing attacks at scale using information gathered from AI interactions. LLM poisoning attacks have successfully compromised AI models, including 100 models on the Hugging Face platform. The barrier to entry for a sophisticated attack has plummeted because AI tools make cybercrime accessible to less technical criminals. These companies focus on AI capabilities, while companies focus on AI capabilities, they're ignoring the security implications of technology they're deploying. Now, the EU's AI Act was devised before ChatGPT even existed, and regulations are years behind the technology. The 2025 administration rescinded previous executive orders on AI safety. Companies are operating in a regulatory vacuum where they can deploy AI without meaningful oversight or accountability. The lack of clear guidance means that organizations are making security decisions based on competitive pressure rather than best practices. This regulatory gap creates a race to the bottom where the least secure approach becomes the industry standard. So by the time the regulation catches up, the damage to customer privacy and corporate security have already been done. So less than 20% of enterprise risk owners are meeting expectations for risk mitigation, and AI is making this worse. AI risks include bias, explainability challenges, and over-reliance on automation, but companies are ignoring these in favor of quick deployment. Traditional risk assessment frameworks aren't designed for AI systems that can make autonomous decisions affecting customer data. The speed of AI adoption is outpacing organizations' ability to understand and manage the associated risks. This is a huge problem. Many companies are treating AI like any other software tool instead of recognizing its unique security implications. Risk management teams are being pushed to approve AI deployments without sufficient time to evaluate security implications. Now, the global cyber attack increased by 44% in 2024, and AI adoption is accelerating this trend. Over 70% of infected devices were personal, targeted BYOD environments. The attack surface is expanding really quickly. Companies that prioritize AI over security are creating vulnerabilities that criminals actively exploit. The financial impact of security breaches is growing exponentially as attacks become more sophisticated and data becomes more valuable. Now, recovery costs from AI-related security incidents include not just immediate damages, but long-term reputation and compliance issues. When I analyze failed companies, security negligence is often the root cause, and AI is amplifying this risk. Now, 55% of organizations cite lack of skilled workforce as their top AI barrier, yet they're still rushing forward. 92% of organizations plan to hire for AI roles in 2025, and this is where I think developers are going to be uniquely positioned. But most don't understand what security skills they need. The talent shortage means companies are deploying AI without expertise to secure it properly. They're just rushing headlong in to get it done. The many organizations are prioritizing AI capabilities over security knowledge when hiring, creating dangerous skill gaps. The rapid pace of AI development means that even experienced professionals struggle to keep up with security's best practices. So instead, they're going to hire some dude who can come in and vibe code or vibe security their way into stuff without actually following good business practices. And this is what's terrifying, is they're trusting what AI is going to tell them for it. And what does AI care? It wants to get adoption, right? AI services are used in at least 51% of enterprise networks monthly, and most companies don't even know what data is being collected. These free AI tools are monetizing corporate data in ways that violate privacy expectations and potentially competitive advantages. The business models of AI providers depend on collecting and analyzing user data to improve their services and create new revenue streams. So remember, if a service is free, then you are the service and your data is the service. If it's cheap, like $20 a month, then again, you and your data are the product. Companies are essentially paying competitors to analyze their confidential information by using public API services. The lack of transparency in AI services terms means organizations don't understand what rights they're signing away. This represents one of the largest volunteer data transfers in business history, with companies giving away their most valuable assets. And I'm seeing this over and over again as organizations are throwing their data at public AI systems. 65% of organizations will depend on third-party AI vendors in 2025, creating massive integration security challenges. Each AI integration creates new potential attack vectors that traditional security tools weren't designed to monitor. I ask people all the time, hey, do you know where that data is going that you're shipping over to OpenAI? Nobody can answer. Now, OpenAI promises they're being good with it. That's the problem. They don't understand what the implications are even happening. And yet, because it's got AI stamped on it, we lose our minds and we're throwing our data at it. Companies are connecting AI tools to their most sensitive systems without understanding the security implications. And I've seen this over and over again. The rush to integrate AI everywhere means security teams can't keep up with evaluating and securing every new connection. So one compromised AI integration can provide attackers with access to entire corporate networks and databases. And with MCP connections, we're making this even scarier. Organizations must implement AI governance frameworks that prioritize security alongside capability development. Companies need transparency and accountability in AI implementation to build trust with customers and regulators. Smart businesses will differentiate themselves by proving they can deploy AI responsibly while protecting customer data. The companies that survive the coming wave of AI-related security incidents will be those that invest in proper security frameworks from the beginning. This isn't about stopping AI adoption. It's about making sure that security keeps pace with innovation so we don't create a catastrophic vulnerability. I've learned in my career that companies that prioritize security from day one are the ones that thrive a long time. Now, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think, yeah, AI is so worth it, let's throw security to the wind? Leave a comment down below. That's what I love the most, is when people leave comments. Love having a great, healthy discussion. I answer all of these personally. Here at Startup Hack, we'd love to train softwares in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. So reach out because we'd love to help. And here's some great information about our services.
Hi, my name is Spencer Thomason, and I'm a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology teams and products. So what is a fractional CTO? This is where you can contract someone like myself to come into your organization and get the benefits of a seasoned CTO without having to employ me full time. In today's fast-paced world, efficiency, security, and product scaling aren't just goals, they're necessities. My passion is building impactful products and enhancing organizational efficiencies through technology. From startups to small businesses, my approach leverages lean methodologies to not just meet but exceed your strategic goals. Whether it's through executive mentoring, cloud system architecture, or launching a minimum viable product swiftly, my aim is to make a significant impact right from the start. Recognized in the Arizona startup ecosystem, my journey has been about creating value and fostering innovation. I have led technology for companies like GoDaddy, SRP, and Wells Fargo and turned challenges into milestones. I've taken this learning and launched 7 of my own brands, and now I want to help you. So if you're looking for a fractional CTO who brings a wealth of experience, strategic vision, and a proven track record, let's connect. Together we can build technology that not only drives your business forward, but also makes a difference. Technology leadership redefined to fit your needs. So reach out today.